Right, come on in, sit yourself down, get nice and comfy. Hello, we're back with one more. This is the last belt that I have in my collection, and it's a bit of a left of center one, to be honest. I didn't think that I would ever own one of these belts, but now that I have one in my possession, I kind of understand why, people would buy this kind of championship. And the belt in question is this one right here. Now, it's a generic heavyweight championship made by Brigade Belts. Now, you might have heard about Brigade Belts, you might not have heard about Brigade Belts. Now, these guys make basically entry-level custom championships. They have a few different shapes and sizes that you can choose from, and these days they're offering custom shapes and sizes as well for a bit more of a premium amount. But this is kind of your basic budget belt that you can buy from Brigade Belts. Now, this is a 5-plate belt, as you can see by the 2 side plates there, 2 side plates there, and this this center plate here is really quite large. Like, obviously there's the size of my hand there. I do have kind of somewhat large hands, but next to my hands it is quite big. And I guess also the curve of this main plate is kind of surprising as well, especially if I can slide my full hand under there right to the knuckles of my middle finger. Basically, there's a decent curve under there. And as far as the construction of these belts is concerned, it's a thin layer of metal, basically, that is printed on with like a black transfer ink. You can get full color ones done these days. I bought this one a few years ago before they really kind of went a bit more in depth with their production process, and it was more just out of curiosity that I bought this belt to see how they were actually made. But it's basically, just done with this the black transfer that you could basically get customized however you may have wanted, pretty much, and that goes across all the side plates and everything as well. This one, of course, the generic heavyweight championship, where you've got a American flag, a Mexico flag, you've got the UK flag and the Canadian flag on this one right here. And as far as the snaps at each end are concerned, you've got your 7 snaps on this end. Same goes for the other end as well. Very symmetrical for anyone who likes that kind of aspect on their championship belts, especially many years ago when you had the likes of Brock Lesnar winning the World Heavyweight Championship, or the WWE Championship it would have been at that time. You had a 2x5 snap box on each end of that undisputed championship belt. And the same went for the World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold that Triple H was known for having back in the day. That was a 2x5 as well. So if you like symmetrical belts, Brigade Belts are definitely going to be able to do that for you. And as far as the strap itself is concerned, you can see it's kind of a very boxy offcut right there, very angular and pointed in the way that it's actually made. Now, they have actually upgraded their straps since I bought this one. Here's a picture of one of their upgraded straps that they've started making now, and as you can see, it's got a bit more detail on it and whatnot compared to this one here. This one here is made from, I'm guessing, a piece of foam through the center. It is a little bit spongy in texture, but also made from, I guess, the same kind of vinyl covering that you would find, I guess, like on a bar stool or something like that. If I flip it over here, you can kind of see the thickness of that vinyl covering there as it's been stitched together. But really interesting to see how it's been put together as far as the strap is concerned, and exactly how this would work as a strap, because surprisingly it's very floppy. Like, obviously if you do fold it up like that, you get a bit of bunching just here, but it's not really going to go that way. It's more going to go this way. And if I turn the belt over here and show you kind of the back, you can see where some of those bunching bits have come up. But then in folding the belt over, it actually sits really quite nice and flat. You can see right there. And when you hold it up and hold it like you would a championship, it actually does feel like what a real leather championship would. It does have that kind of nice level of flop to it, which is great. But while we've got it on this side, you can see how it all comes together at the back. There are Chicago screws that basically go through from the front and then connect on the back as well. And you've got, 6 on the main plate there. You got 4 on each side plate at each end. And it all comes together quite nicely for a budget product. Now, as I sit this back down, the only, I guess, gripe that I would have with this belt, it is very prone to scuff marks and whatnot. You can see even just some of the ones that are on, especially, yeah, the light's catching the side plate quite nicely there, but it just grabs everything, fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. If I was to, just put my fingers on there and whatnot, if I get it in the right light, you'll be able to see them, but you can see some of the scuff bits going around right there. So it's a bit of a magnet for fingerprints and all that kind of stuff, just because there's so much of that mirror finish metal going on there. But one other thing I would say as far as this particular design is concerned, obviously they have other ones, which I mentioned previously. This one does have some very sharp pointy edges on it. So if you are going to be handling this one, I'm guessing a lot of people would buy these for indie promotions and stuff like that. That could be a bit of a hazard with those pointy bits around the side there. But just to scroll through their page here and give you a bit of an idea of some of the different shapes and sizes that you can get, not all of them have those, I guess, pointy edges to them. But yeah, a great budget product if that's kind of the thing that you're looking for. And just as I'm talking here, the neighbor's cat has decided to jump up on the windowsill behind my computer here, which is kind of distracting a little bit. But anyway, back to the whole thing. This is the last belt in my collection, basically. So this will be the last belt that I'm showing you as far as what I own. As far as what comes next for this channel is concerned, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, but one thing I am going to do is show you how I display all the previous belts that I have shown you. This one here in particular hangs up out in my garage gym, just on a couple of studs in the wall. But as far as the other ones are concerned, I do actually have a IKEA cabinet for those. Not one of those, is it a Detol cabinet or whatever it is? Not exactly one of those, but something very similar to one of those. So that's coming up in the next video. If you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, and all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.